bring him. Come here, look.
Hey, here it
Come
goes.
on. Get that muck raked up, Jake. Come on. Come on.
Boy, they're all here now.
Come on.
Hey,
Come-
all
come
the
on.
way.
Come on. That's it. Come on.
Yummy, yummy,
Come on.
yummy.
Do you want to hold it and feed him? Here, look. Get out of the Minnie. There you go.
I don't know,
Get
got
hold of
quite-
that.
they
Watch
have
it,
quite a
Castle.
lot
Oh, come on. Yeah, you have to keep hold of it tight.
It's only
The fair puts the heads in, they do.
What Minnie? It's over there, look here. Here, look. Right, you keep hold of that. Keep hold of that.
Oh, give him the hard one.
Derrick Richardson. This is my son Jake Richardson. We have Moorside Alpacas at Kirkbymoorside. It's been here for about 7 years now. Just in progress breeding. We're in amongst the females.
And here's some of our alpacas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Minnie.
these are alpacas.
This is
female
Minnie.
alpacas.
This is Minnie's mum and this is Minnie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both very
Um,
dark.
Both of us.
There's quite a few of them that are friendly and quite a few of them that like to stay a bit of a distance.
As you can see, we have some of our babies. Of
They're
this
babies and they're sort of...
How old would
fight.
they be, the babies then?
They're only about three months old so far.
So you're successful breeders then? Is it?
Oh,
is it?
we've been breeding for about 6 years.
And
And we're gradually sort of building up and hopefully gradually building quality of them as well.
Minnie is one of our animals that we have bred.
Yeah,
And she's about 3 now, isn't she?
3 or 4, yeah. But I mean, all of these young ones, that one there, the white ones, the brown and white one, they're all ones that have been bred. That black one isn't the black one. There's these little ones, of course, of this year's. So
We've had several breeding.
there's
breeding.
quite
animals.
quite a few in progress. They've been bred again this year. There'll hopefully be about 5 or 6 young and 7 young ones next year. It will depend on how successful we are with
Why
what
are
we
you breeding them? Presumably to sell.
Yeah, well, to sell and also to do things with their fleece. I want to basically, I'm aiming for trying to produce as good a quality animals as I can produce. I'm breeding them mainly to try and get better and better animals so that I get better and better fleece, because the idea is that we process our fleece. We sell some males on, but I've not sold any females on that were bred because I keep them and breed the next generation. If I ever get to a point where I've got enough females, then I maybe will sell some on. But the ultimate goal is to breed brilliant females and males with brilliant fleece, and then to shear them and process that fleece and do things with it. We do get it processed now. All our fleece we get processed now into balls of wool, and then we have somebody that knits some of it into garments, and we go around shows and that, and we've more or less sold all we've had this year. Now we've sold out going around shows. They come and they do it, and it's easy to rake up really compared to, you know, sheep and that'll just do it as a walk everywhere, whereas these do have their dung in.
And what can you use the dung for?
Well, it's good manure, so if you're a keen gardener, it'll go on gardens. I compost it, I gather it up in a wheelbarrow, put it in a heap, and after it's been stood for about a year, then I just a paddock that's not used, I go and spread it out on a paddock that's not used, and that's it. And then, you know, springtime it just helps grass to grow again. Basically, that's all. But you could, if I'm not a keen gardener, but if you were a keen gardener, it would be good for your garden as well.
Well, maybe there's a sideline there
Well,
for
there
it,
could
if
be,
there's
yeah.
enough of it.
That's right. Well, I don't know whether there is. There maybe would, as long as there wasn't a rush on it. You know. Yeah. Just over 17 acres of land. So we should be all right. Yes, we can keep quite a few animals on that. It isn't a massive amount, but the bottom part there, there's cattle in at the moment. But I mean that bottom piece down there, where you can see the cattle under the tree, all that land's there, and it could be expanded into if it needed to be. And then there's some more that goes up round the corner over back of us that's part of it as well. So sort of 5 animals to an acre, I can expand fairly well.
So you'll be giving up the day job in the near future?
I wouldn't think it would be the near future. No, I would think that it would be a nice thought to think that this would turn into something bigger and better. But
Was this your plan when you started off, when you bought this small holding originally to do alpacas? And
it wasn't. No, I bought the land because I just had an urge to have some land and do something with it, but I wasn't sure what. And I, to a certain extent, thought about keeping just certain breeds of pedigree sheep. I was thinking about doing that originally, you know, keeping some livestock, but possibly I looked into sort of different types of sheep, and I was thinking about that. And then we saw these, somebody brought these, and they were at Rydale Show, sort of maybe about 8 years ago now. And these people had them at Rydale Show, and we went and talked to them, and then they had an open day after that up in Northumberland, and we went up to open day, and that's where the alpacas came from, really. They weren't thought of at first, but they became an idea when we saw them at Rydale Show. I could do with maybe something like an office on it, because we have quite a lot of people visit, and I've never advertised that we're here, you know, that visit just want to see the alpacas, to look at the alpacas, to come and just have a look round, and then there's other people that are interested in keeping alpacas that want to come and see them. But I've never shouted about the fact that we're here and that anybody can, you know, not loudly, that anybody can come at any time, because I'm scared if we got too many people, there is nothing here to manage them. Do you know what I mean? But once you get half a dozen people here, there's no toilet. If it's
a whole
raining,
different
ball
game, isn't it? Setting up a petting kind of operation.
Well, that's right. Yes, I think I could do with maybe an office and a toilet. That I haven't thought about an house, but an office and a toilet, and then you could have somewhere to. If it's a lousy day and somebody turns up, you can get them inside, and if they say, "Have you got somewhere I can go to the toilet?" You could go to the toilet. But that would be maybe a goal moving forward.
Do
you get your friends coming down and wanting to sort of give them a good pet?
Well, no, not really. I mean, most of them, you know, they're just something we have, and it's...
Yeah.
They've accepted it.
Yeah.
We've had young farmers here, haven't we?
The young farmers have come. And
they had a good look round, and
they enjoy that, yeah.
And we've had Fandale Women's Institute and Fandale Ladies something else. I can't remember what now.
Would you say that most people in Kirkbymoorside know what's down here? Would you say it's a bit of a secret?
Possibly not most of them, no. I would have said that there's a few know, but I would think there's quite a lot that don't, really, to be honest. I would think, you know, all sort of people local to it know about it, and there's quite a lot often walk down and have a look over at the gate and that, and one or two have come in that know us, but I would say in general there's probably an awful lot of Kirkby that don't know that it's here. Where are you? Oh, you're there. Come on then.
So just tell us the story of this rescue alpaca that you've got.
Oh, there's two of them that were rescue alpacas. This one here is everything an alpaca shouldn't be. He's a blue-eyed white, but he's had mates that have distorted his ears over years before we got him, and he's deaf. And there's that one and this one here. Both of them were rescued. They'd been sort of abandoned. We don't know the full story, but they'd been abandoned in a shed up near Adrian's Wall somewhere, and they'd been at somebody else's house before they'd come to us, and the other people that had them said, "Would you like to look after these rescue alpacas?" And we said we might as well, and so they've been here ever since, really, about 5 years. And so that's basically, there was 3 of them, but unfortunately there was one of them that died on us. We don't know why. It might have been, the vets thought it might have been down to his hard life, you know, he'd sort of maybe succumbed to something because he'd had an hard life. But they're the other 2, and they've been here for about 5 years now. But we don't really know any more than they were like abandoned in a shed up near Adrian's Wall, and somebody gathered them up from there and had them, and then they came to us.
Is it a big problem, people taking on alpacas as pets and not looking after them?
I don't think it is with alpacas, because in general a good male will sell for about £500, and so most people that buy them really want them, you know. But I think it is a problem with any animal, really, to a certain extent. You get people that think, "Oh, I want one of them," and if some people will even buy things and pay good money for them. I don't think they'll pay good money for these rescue ones because they're a bit faulty, if you want. But there's times when people buy something and then don't realise that there's a lot more work involved than what they thought, and sickened, aren't they, really?
So they're not, you don't use them for breeding, they're just the pets now,
They're
are
just pets, they're just gelded males of them.
Are they? Right.
There's only 2 breeding males here.
So
That
do you wanna
one
hold it on
there,
my side?
he's a breeding male, this one. And that one stood over there, the breed off him. The others are sort of also rans.
Right.
And although this one's entire, is still not being a breeding male. Here, look, come here, boy, come here. Here, give him some of that then. See if he'll eat it. Like that, look, you have to get right up there. That's it.
Can we stroke him?
You can. I'm going to give you hold of him. Here, you get hold of him there. That's it. You've got him now.
Oh, he wants some more. Hey.
How much land would you need if you wanted to? You can't have them on their own, can you? You've always
No,
got to have
you
pairs.
You want a minimum of 2 and preferably at least 3, really, because they're naturally a herding animal, and their instincts to be together, you know. So one on its own would be stressed out. You need at least half an acre, really, to think about having some, because then you've got enough room to put 3 on, maybe, but maybe more than that. Ideally an acre. They say put 5 or 6 animals to an acre, and that's about ratio that they'll go at, as long as it's reasonably good land. But you have to think about that you might need to rotate them in winter, and that, you know, if that land goes boggy in one part, you need to put on another. So ideally, if you've even got 3 or 4, an acre would be ideal, and then you could have them on half an acre and move them to other half, you know, if it got boggy on the first half, so to speak.
And in the winter time, obviously they're hardy animals, they come from the mountains of Peru. What kind of feeding supplements do they need in the winter time?
We just give them this same stuff. They get about a handful of this supplement. Come here, boy.
You're pulling him.
Come on, this way. Come on, good boy. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Pulling
That's
him.
it. Come on. That's it. So they only get the same stuff. A lot of people think that you're spoiling them with this through this time of year maybe as well, but it has minerals and vitamins that they may be missing out on, you know.
But they're outside all winter?
They're
They
outside all winter, but they have shelters like that. If they want to go inside, they can do. We'll put them in a paddock where there's a field shelter like that, or the barn, and they've always got somewhere to go in if they want to, but they're not taken inside. They're left outside all year round.
So this is a bit of a dream come true for you, this
It is,
place.
yeah. I mean, if it keeps moving the right way, and if I keep breeding on, we do show them. You know, there is a showing scene for them, and we haven't done it a lot this year. There's a show in October at Thirsk, and we're going to take some there and show them. You know, like show classes where you compete. We've taken them to local agricultural shows just for folks to look at this year, but we haven't been to any competing shows until this one that's on in Thirsk, and that's another thing that's fairly well contested, really. There's a lot of people try to show good animals, but a lot of the ones that win are ones that people have bought in as opposed to bred and all. You know, there's a lot of good animals in the country, but some of them are imported, and they're very good when they've come from Australia and that. You know.
Right.
And trying to breed an animal that will compete against them, I ain't quite there yet. Maybe another 4 or 5 years.
But it'll come.
Well, hopefully, yeah. It'd be nice to think that if you get there on that front, and I get a name for having good animals from showing side as well as from just breeding for what we want to use them for, then that'll be sort of reach my goal then, really, with them, you know, and then just keep on producing every year fantastic animals after that, you know. If you want to get to that standard of breeding, I suppose you never get as far as you want to go, but I mean, such as these two, they're all right, but they're a bit rough for. They aren't good quality alpacas, really. They're all right, but they aren't good quality. Whereas some newer ones, some later, sort of last year's babies and this year's babies, are a lot. They're a good couple of steps in front of these from quality point of view, and that's what I'm aiming for. And hopefully, in another 2 or 3 years, we'll have gone that 2 or 3 more steps, and then we should be somewhere near, you know, hopefully. Yeah.
Derrick, thank you ever so much.
Thank you.